Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Akakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I know this is another video going into this whole Russia ordeal. All right, but it's a lot going on, So since there's a lot going on, we're gonna continue to cover this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict, which is really Russia and NATO, because right here we're gonna get on right into it. Just to recap, last couple days up to a week, you had Biden give Ukraine the okay to use these mid-range missiles or mid to long-range missiles on that allows them to strike deep into Russian territory. Russia actually just unveiled. At first, they said it was an ICBM. It was actually an intermediate range ballistic missile into Ukraine. To show their force. And now they're unveiling right here. Let's get on into it. Zeroheads.com. Terrifying infographic shows reach of Russia's new hypersonic missile, London in 20 minutes. Okay. It says soon after warning Russia's newly developed hypersonic nuclear-capable hypersonic missile is able to reach any European capital at top speed of Mach 10 plus, which is significantly faster than a bullet. Russia's state media issued the below ominous infographic. It touts that Eastern European capitals could be hit in a matter of a few minutes, and that Berlin is reachable in only 15 minutes. It lists capitals as far away as the Capeston Yard rocket launch complex, like London and Paris, as reachable by the hypersonic in just 20 minutes. This means it's proverbial all hell broke loose and World War III came to Europe. These populations would have very little time to reach shelter. Now, then this isn't nuclear. These are just talking about their these new missiles that they're unveiling. These hypersonic missiles, right? The ICBMs, they go up into the atmosphere and they come down. But we know, we don't know for sure if these different European cities will, countries will be hit or not. But we do know America will be destroyed, and Russia's going to take part in that destruction. Other places could possibly be hit, but we know the entire world isn't going to, just dissipate. All right, so let's actually click on this. So you see, they can shoot that shit across Europe in under 30 minutes, man. All right, and that's the Lord. That's Joel 3. That's Ezekiel the 38th chapter. As we're gonna grab, further proving that Russia is God, is God in the Bible, man. And Russia is gonna take part in the destruction of America, man. It says on Thursday, Moscow has shocked the world after 6 independent warheads of a new intermediate range ballistic missile were launched on the Uralmash missile plant in Dnipro, Ukraine. Thus, Putin has demonstrated that the West has crossed his red lines after his long-range attack authorizing granted to Kyiv. It says, according to Morvia, a war monitoring site, Ukraine's main intelligence directorate provided further details, stating that the Orange Schnick refers to a research project, while the Operation Missile System is named Keter. Its known specifications include 6 warheads, each carrying 6 submunitions, a terminal phase speed exceeding Mach 11. If this is indeed a medium-range ballistic missile, as Putin suggests, it could reach extended, or its range could reach up to. Let me calm down, because this is wild, man. We're reaching a new phase in this war. Like I've been covering the last couple of days. But let me slow down. It says its range could extend up to 5,500 kilometers. This would violate the 1978 or 1987 intermediate range nuclear forces a treaty signed by the U.S. and the Soviet Union to eliminate such missiles. And that is very important because they're saying, fuck it. That's the Lord putting the hooks back into their jaws, man. It says, signed by the U.S. and Soviet Union to eliminate such missiles, developing Keter would thus suggest or signify Russia's breach of this agreement. But how many times have America and the West breached agreements that was made? They promised not to. NATO was created to combat the Soviet Union, and the promise was to not expand eastward. But guess what? They're all in Ukraine. So hey, all deals are off, man. It says Vladimir Putin warned back in July. Today, the development of such systems in Russia is nearing completion. We will take mirror measures to deploy them, taking into account the actions of the United States, its satellites in Europe, and other regions of the world. See? So they calling them hypocrites. Like, hey, y'all saying we can't do this, but y'all doing this. A day after Russia's attack on Ukraine, with what were clearly big, very fast, and new intermediate range missiles, which many outlets initially reported to be an ICBM, like I mentioned. I had reported on that. So Slovakia, they weren't ICBMs. They were actually a new intermediate range ballistic missile. It says the Kremlin is touting that it launched a cutting-edge hypersonic missile for which there is no defense intercept capability. Russia says that Washington has now understood and been able to grasp Putin's warning and red lines more clearly following the missile strike. See, it was a deterrent. They are, oh shit, because they can't shoot it down. And America, unless they really try to amp some shit up, man, they're not going to be able to stop it. They're not going to be able to develop some shit while they're in the midst of a war to be able to stop it. But we'll see. It says, Russia says that Washington has now understood and been able to grasp Putin's warning and red lines more clearly following the missile strike on Ukrainian defense industry facility. I ain't even going to try to say that. They call it Dnipro, I think. Thursday morning, the new hypersonic weapon dubbed Orishnik. I'm gonna figure out. I haven't seen the video where they say it, but I'm gonna figure out how to say that. It says it's capable of delivering a nuclear warhead. Check that out. It says we have no doubt that the current administration in Washington has had the opportunity to familiarize itself with the announcement and understood it. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters. Putin has said the West's escalation seen this week in authorizing Ukraine's long-range strikes on Russia with UK-made weapons made Ukraine a global conflict. This is war. It's not going back. There is no fucking peace. They're not coming to the table to negotiate. This is the Lord clearly putting it in the minds of these devils to fight each other, man. Just like prophecy says, just like the scriptures say. It says he strongly hinted that the global aspect to the war means attack on Western targets can't be ruled out. The same day, the foreign minister said a U.S. missile base in Poland is a prime target. Peskov further called Putin's message following the hypersonic attack comprehensive, clear, and logical. The Russian leader has authorized the new missiles to enter mass production. They cranking this shit out, man. It says the key message is that the reckless decision and actions of Western countries which produce missiles, supply them to Ukraine, and subsequently take part in carrying out strikes on Russian territory cannot go unanswered, Peskov continued. So they in full, they ain't bitching down, man. They like, fuck that. And this is beautiful for prophecy. Not that we're on the side of Russia, but we want these damn devils to fight. And the Lord is making them fight for the controversy of Israel. So it says on Friday, Russian state media sources have begun publishing specs for the Orishnik missile, claiming it flies at Mach 10 and can reach 5,500 kilometers in distance or 3,400 miles as a medium-range weapon. It says Russia's missile command has also informed Putin that the projectile is capable of reaching any European target. And see, this is where these European nations are going to start turning on America that are in NATO, because they do. I'm doing a video. Slovakia. America's is now they could set that shit up over in over there touching Alaska, but as far as on the other side, where they're talking about shooting these mid-range missiles out of, they're talking about Europe. And if they start hitting Europe and America's not getting hit, that's gonna piss them off, because America's the reason they fighting these niggas in the first place. All right, so we seeing that. Let's see.
Based on your decision of dated July 2023, with regard to the Russian industry, we've developed the intermediate range missile complex based on all the design documentation that was produced as part of this project, and the hypersonic non-nuclear warhead was successfully tested, effectively making a strike against a strategic facility of the enemy in enemy territory. And the analysis shows that the trajectory and other performance parameters are meeting the specifications. This system has no match in the world, and it is effective against air defense systems. It allows us to hit various kinds of targets, single targets, broad area targets, and achieve many kinds of combat objectives. It can be used throughout the territory of Europe.
Man, so they ain't fucking around, man. They are not fucking around. Let's continue on. It says the unique feature of the orange missile system is that, firstly, it is a medium-range missile. It flies to a distance of 1,000 to 5,500 kilometers, and secondly, it's a hypersonic, flying at speed of Mach 10. A retired Russian army colonel and military analyst identified as Viktor Litvnik, I can't say that, Salakia, told Sputnik. The West does not have missiles that fly at such speed or hypersonic missiles at all. He continued. Although the U.S. has reportedly boasted that it has such missiles, it has never demonstrated a missile flight. They appeared to show missiles that flew at supersonic speed of 5.5 times the speed of sound, or Mach 5.5. However, hypersonic speeds began at Mach 6 or 7. So they shitting on America. They said, y'all ain't even if y'all do have these shits, y'all ain't tested them yet. Y'all might have some Mach 5, Mach 6 shit, but we got Mach 10. All right, they got some shit that you can't stop, man. And it's the Lord that's putting it in their minds to do this for prophecy. It says, independent geopolitical site Moon of Alabama agrees and calls it a huge game changer. Launched from Russia, the missile can reach, and hey, who knows if they can mobilize these shits and put these shits on some submarines, man, on warships. We'll see. It says, launched from Russia, the missile can reach any target in Europe in less than 20 minutes. Or re-entry into the atmosphere, the warheads of the missile can reach hypersonic speeds of 3 to 4 kilometers per second. There is no air defense system in the world that could stop them. The surprising and successful demonstration of such an enormous capability is a wake-up call for European strategists. Lulled in by neoconservative talk of Western supremacy and presumed Russian inabilities, the Europeans were eager to connect their fate to a proxy war against Russia. Having been defeated in the fight for the commodities of the Donbass region, they have pushed for extending the region of their weapons into Russia. The results are now in. Europe is defenseless against the new Russian weapons, which can reach every political and industrial center of Europe with devastating power and with just minutes of notice. They are not fucking around, man. We in a time of war. All right, they gonna start, and these aren't even, they're not even talking about putting the warheads on these shits. They're saying they can carry the warheads, but they're saying just this conventional way of war, they can fuck shit up now. We said through the Spirit, this is how this war was gonna fight. Isaiah 9:5. They are not, bro. They not playing, man.
The Russian citizens and our friends.
Now I won't play this whole thing. I might watch it later. But you know, hey, they popping shit, man. This is this is a long article. Because that's major news, man. I got the basis of it though. Got the meat off of it for the most part. All right. All the specs and shit of this new missile. And as you can see right here, how it's reached, man. All right, so this is massive, man. So let's grab this. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. And verse 1, it says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even with a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." So the Lord is putting the hooks into the jaws of Gog, man, which is Russia. Once again, a piece of that article said that them using this missile, first of all, but also creating them and testing them, all that shit was a breach of a treaty that was made with America. So they saying, fuck it, all deals are off. We about to use this shit. And America doesn't have anything as of right now that can stop that shit. And now Europe is in trouble. Europe is in deep shit if they continue to help Ukraine, man. So you might start to see these European countries. They already not really fucking with America on the side of Israel. All right, because everybody condemned this war in Israel. And they've all voted for a ceasefire, and America was the only one to veto that shit, man. So they already, kind of feeling some type of way about that. But now you got Russia, that's threatening these major cities, man, in Europe. And America, they can't do nothing to really protect them. So why would they have a vested interest? Hey, they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. America did, so that's they fucked up their resources. So why would they fight? They'll say, hey, this better off if they just take Ukraine, man. Because it's America that really wants Ukraine. Verse 5, it says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. And Persia going into the Iranians. They're going to be a guard unto them. It says all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands. And that's Turkey, man. And Turkey is a NATO nation. So they're going to be a guard unto Turkey as well. It says the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all of his bands and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. Thou and all thy company are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So, and this whole chapter goes into this, but Russia's going to play that major part. And actually, it made me just think of this. Let's grab this in Isaiah the 13th chapter. Of the Lord stirring up the Medes against them. This is Isaiah chapter 13. And we'll go right into it. Where we at? Verse 17, it says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Now, this Medes right here is referring to Russia again. It says, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So now you're not going to be able to make some type of economic deal, because you already cut them off when they entered Ukraine. You put all these sanctions on them. You froze billions of their currency. And actually, you thought it was going to cripple them like it crippled every other nation that you do this against. But really, it made that ruble the strongest currency in the world for a time. And now they've joined up with BRICS. All right, Russia. You got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. You got more nations joining. Iran, Saudi Arabia. All right, so now they have a way to sustain them, so they don't need the West no more. You see how this shit then flipped, man? The Lord then flipped it on his head. So as for silver and gold, they ain't gonna delight in it. They ain't gonna regard it. You ain't gonna be able to pay Russia off now. Now they about to fuck you up. And it's the Lord's will that it happens. Now, the Russians are still Edomites. They still going into slavery, just to put that out there. All right, but they're gonna play this major part in destroying America. It says, verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. All right, did they not just unveil these new missiles? Their bows, right? This is a modern bow. It says, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. You know, it says, verse 19, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, because it's going to be burned with fire and brimstone, man. That second death is going to be thermonuclear destruction. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, because the ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, not the ones that they just unveiled, but the real nukes, all right, it's going to obliterate this place. They said four Satan 2 bombs could destroy America. And the Lord said this place is going to be pummeled with 200 million missiles, warheads, whatever you may call it. However the Lord works that out. Either way, this place is not going to be inhabited. Neither dwelt in from generation to generation. It says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Hey, you look outside, you see all the trees, you see all the houses and the people and the cities and the skyscrapers. All that shit is going to be desert very soon. It says, verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So the Lord is about to put an end to this place. The Lord is about to destroy this bitch, man. Very soon. We see it. Right? We see it. We know it ain't going to happen tomorrow, like, you know, people might try to say. All right, but this is the next phase of prophecy, and we'll finish off here, jumping back a couple chapters. Because once again, I mentioned that this is going to be that new phase of how war is going to be going down. You know, they're going to be able to just strike these cities from their home front. You know, 3,000 miles away. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So the Lord has put it in their mind to create these missile systems that go 10 times the speed of sound, man. That's insane. And can hit within 20 minutes, man. All right. So Lord willing, is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Makakodash. Next, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.